Friends, if you have also faced defeat in your life and you feel that your luck is bad, and you blame your luck for every situation, then listen to this story till the end. A long time ago, in a city, there lived a person who often cried about his luck. He believed that his luck was very bad, and he wondered why God had written his destiny in such a way. One day, as he was walking down the street, he saw a Buddhist monk sitting in deep meditation. He approached the monk and asked, "Guruji, can you help me?" The Buddhist monk replied, "Tell me what the problem is, and why have you come here?" He said to the Buddhist monk, "Guruji, I am very sad, very troubled. Whatever I do, everything goes wrong. Every effort I make, it turns out bad. Everything I touch gets completely ruined, no matter how well I do it. No matter how much effort I put into it, it never succeeds. My luck never supports me, and that's why I have come to you today. I have heard that you solve all kinds of problems, so please solve my problem. Tell me about a solution for my shattered luck. Why is my luck so bad? Can you provide a remedy for my shattered luck? Please help me." The Buddhist monk was attentively listening to all the man's words, and then he said to that person, "Shattered luck, where is your shattered luck? How do you know that your luck is shattered?" Answering this, the man said to the Buddhist monk, "No matter what task I undertake, everything gets ruined. Even if I put in a lot of effort, no matter what I do, I never succeed in any work, so, what does it mean? Does not it mean my luck is shattered? When I was born, my parents passed away, and a nearby orphanage took me in. They raised me, I was nurtured there, and when I grew up, I fell in love with a girl. However, that girl betrayed me. She married someone else. Seeing all this, I was completely shattered. My self-confidence was completely shattered. Somehow, my friends supported me. They explained to me that I should move forward. I should forget all these things. I made an effort to move forward. I started a small business with one of my friends, but even there, luck did not favor me. The person I started the business with, my friend, took away all the business. He removed me from that business. I was completely shattered once again. There was only one thought in my mind: what is the meaning of living like this? Is my fate only to be deceived? Do I have no right to live? Do I have no right to find happiness? Isn't my fate shattered? Can you fix my fate? Upon this, the Buddhist monk says to that man, "Well, if that's the case, tell me where's your shattered fate? Bring it to me. I will fix it right now, and you can take it and leave." To this, the person responds, "Hey Guru, what kind of talk are you indulging in? How can I give you my fate? Fate is not something that I can extract and give to you. It doesn't even show itself. Are you understanding what you're saying?" To this, the Buddhist monk replied, "When fate doesn't even reveal itself to you, and you cannot carry it with you, then how do you know that your fate is shattered? How do you know that your fate is bad?" The person then says, "Guru, everything has already happened to me. I have lost everything. Even after that, you are still saying that my fate is not bad. Nothing good ever happens to me. Whenever I try to do something, everything goes wrong. If my fate was right, all my tasks would be successful. I wouldn't face betrayal even in my business. So, don't you think that my fate is bad?" To this, the Buddhist monk says to that person, "Look at you, you appear perfectly fine. Your hands, feet, and your entire body seem healthy. You are still fine, walking, living your life, breathing, and you haven't even died yet. So how can your fate be bad? If your fate was bad, you would be sick. Or maybe a part of your body wouldn't be functioning properly. Or maybe some part of your body would be completely non-functional. Or it could be possible that you even attain death. But as far as I can see, nothing like that is happening. So how can you say that your fate is bad? This time, that person says, scoffing at the Buddhist monk, Guruji, it seems like you are unable to understand my point. I have seen that whatever tasks I have undertaken, all the investments I made in those endeavors have gone in vain. Everything has been lost, and on top of that, I am burdened with the debt I had taken. All the creditors stand outside my house. They keep pressuring me to repay the debt and constantly give me threats. They all got together and took away my house because I couldn't return their money, and those people are still after me to return their money. But the business in which I had invested that money, my friend has seized it. And when I ask my friend for the money, he also refuses to give it to me. Now tell me, how can I repay their debt? Where should I go? Now I don't even have a house left. So, in such circumstances, how can I say that my fate is good? In response to this, the Buddhist monk says to that person, well, this is the thing. It means the problem is very serious. Then that person says, yes, you understood it correctly. I am very distressed at this time. I am going through a very difficult phase in my life, and my situation is not under my control. Now you are my last resort. Please tell me any solution. But the Buddhist monk says to that person again, it is a good thing that you are alive, and your fate is good that you are facing these circumstances up front. You can also find a solution to the problems in your life. Upon hearing this, the person says with a saddened heart, "O revered one, it seems you still haven't understood my point." In response, the monk says to that person, "No, I have understood your words very well, but you are not able to understand my words." Saying this, the Buddhist monk grabs that person's hand and takes him to the bank of a river, and tells that person to look carefully at the flow of the river. What do you see? That person says that the river is flowing vigorously. Its current is very fast. Then the Buddhist monk says to that person, if I drop a leaf of a tree into this river, in which direction will it flow? That person says, "O revered one, the leaf will flow in the same direction as the river is flowing." The monk responds, "You are absolutely right. Now tell me, the fate of the leaf is in whose hands?" Upon this, the person says, "O revered one, the fate of this leaf is in the hands of the river. It can take it wherever it wants." The Buddhist monk smiles and tells that person, "Just assume that the leaf is only in my hand. Whether I throw it in the river or not, tell me, what will be the fate of that leaf?" Responding to this question, the person says, "Based on this, the fate of the leaf is in your hands. You can choose to throw it in the river or throw it somewhere else." Upon hearing this, the Buddhist monk smiles and says to that person, "The fate of this leaf is neither in the hands of the river nor in mine, no matter how hard I try. If a leaf has broken off from a tree, it will wither away today or tomorrow. As long as the leaf remains attached to a tree, it receives nourishment and energy is being received, but as soon as the leaf separates from the tree, it no longer receives all of that. So, tell me, is its fate good or bad?" Then the person says, "Guru, in that case, its fate is bad because it was receiving both food and energy by staying on the tree. Due to this, it remained fruitful and blooming. But after separating from the tree, it will no longer receive that nourishment and energy." Then the Buddhist monk, plucking a leaf from a branch, says, "This leaf is in my hands, and it has not dried yet. It still contains energy and food, which means it can still do something. There is still life in it." Suddenly, a strong wind blows, and the leaf slips from the hands of the monk and falls a little distance away. Upon this, the Buddhist monk says to the man, "Have you noticed that if this leaf were still attached to the tree, it wouldn't have flown this far? Today, this leaf has completely separated from the tree and has experienced the joy of flying, which it could never have experienced while remaining on the tree." Saying this, the Buddhist monk reaches for the leaf and picks it up, then throws it into the river and asks the man about its fate. In response, the man says to the Buddhist monk, "Now its fate is very good because it is now floating in the river, and it will continue to flow with the current. Nothing can stop it." Concluding the conversation, the Buddhist monk says, "This leaf is certainly enjoying the pleasure of floating in the river, but at the same time, it will save countless small creatures. It will provide them with life and help them reach from one shore to another." Afterward, the Buddhist monk asks the man again about the fate of the leaf. The man says, "O Guru, now the leaf's fate is very good because it is serving a purpose and saving lives. That's why its fate has become very good." "But how can my fate be good? You haven't told me anything about it." In response, the Buddhist monk says to the man, "Imagine that you have to cross this river, and when you enter the river, first tell me this: you will be able to swim well in which direction?" Upon hearing this, the man answers, "Guru, it will be easy for me to swim in the same direction as the river is flowing, and I will easily reach my destination in that direction." Upon hearing the man's words, the Buddhist monk says, "And if, let's assume, you have to swim in the opposite direction of the river's flow, what will you do? Will your fate still be good?" The man replies, "No, Guru, then I will have to work even harder." "How can my fate be good in such a situation?" Upon hearing the man's response, the Buddhist monk says to him, "And even if you don't have hands and feet, still I tell you to swim in the opposite direction of this river and reach your goal. What thoughts will come to your mind, and how will your fate be?" Upon this, the man says, "Guru, if I don't have hands and feet, how will I swim in the opposite direction and reach my goal? If my hands and feet are fine, then it's possible for me to swim in the opposite direction and reach my goal. Even if it takes a little more time, if I don't have hands and feet, how will I ever reach? In that case, my fate has become even worse." Then the Buddhist monk tells the man, "Now you understand that your fate is still good. It was good before, and it will continue to be good in the future. It's just that you have a small challenge within you, which is the problems you are facing. You don't want to face those problems. But the problems you are trying to leave behind are still with you. For example, suppose the flow of this river becomes even faster. How much more effort will you have to put into swimming in the opposite direction of this river?" The man says, "O Guru, then I will have to work extremely hard, and I will also feel very tired. But somehow, I will reach my goal." Then the Buddhist monk asks him, "Okay, let's say the flow of the river becomes even stronger. Will you like to swim in the opposite direction of the river?" The man says, No, Guruji, I won't even think of getting into this river. Swimming in the opposite direction is out of the question." In the end, extracting the essence of all his words, the Buddhist monk says to the man, "Just like when our lives are filled with extreme difficulties or troubles, which are like the rapid flow of a river, and when they surround us, we don't understand anything and keep trying to escape from them. We never want to face them. But you should remember that whenever you encounter a situation where you feel you have nothing in your hands, you should seek a safe place in the direction of the river. Because at that time, your focus should be solely on your protection, as it is your life that needs to be safeguarded. If your life remains with you, then sooner or later, this strong flow will surely calm down, and the flow of the river won't remain the same forever. If it doesn't stop today, it will have to stop tomorrow. And when the flow of the river reduces, then you can swim in the opposite direction of the river, and you can achieve the destination you desire. So now tell me, do you still think that your fate is bad or that your fate is still broken?" Upon saying this, the Buddhist monk starts laughing loudly, and upon hearing it, the man also bursts into laughter and says to them, "Guru, you are right. My fate was good before. It is good today as well, and it will remain good in the future. I am completely healthy, my hands and feet are fine, my life is with me, and I am even breathing. Yes, I don't have a home anymore, but still, I have some money left with me. I have food to eat. I have good clothes to wear, which will help me once again achieve those positions that I had lost. The wise don't mourn over the past, and the karma yogi doesn't worry about tomorrow. If I get lost in the grief of yesterday, I will never be able to move forward. I want everything that I desire. I want to move forward in search of that. I want to attain all of that and will only be satisfied after attaining them, because now I am separate from that tree that held me back, restrained me, and now I have a golden opportunity to shape my life, to polish it. Saying this, the man bows to the Buddhist monk and starts walking ahead on his path, and the Buddhist monk also moves forward on his path. Thank you for taking the time to watch our video and look forward to your thoughtful comments. We hope the Buddhist story resonated with you and provided some valuable insights. Before we wrap up, we'd like to ask for your support. If you enjoyed this video and found it meaningful, we would be grateful if you could subscribe to our channel and give it a thumbs up. By doing so, you'll stay updated with our future content and help us reach more people with positive messages. Remember to stay blissful and mindful in your journey until our next video. Thank you again for being a part of our community, and we look forward to sharing more inspiring content with you soon.